All right, so this one is going to be a quick one for you guys today. So basically, I want to explain to you the most important first step, okay? When getting into crypto, okay? The first thing you need to do is buy some. So one of the questions that people often have is, how do you buy some crypto? Okay, sounds simple to some people, but it's difficult for some, and depending on your age bracket, that's also another difficulty. So what I'm going to say is that in crypto, there is a underlining, or I guess overlining or outlining ideology that is very important and crucial to the entire culture ideology of crypto. And that is self-custody. If you don't custody your assets, then you are trusting that somebody else is going to take care of your assets for you. And this is the issue. Because once you are fully into crypto and you start understanding things that have happened before in the past, FTX is an example, Celsius is an example. There are many other examples. One of the most, one of the biggest examples earlier in crypto history is going to be Mt. Gox. Okay, these were all centralized exchanges that people trusted with their crypto, and then they collapsed or were insolvent, and the funds basically were gone. Okay, if you buy Bitcoin, okay, if you bought it 10 years ago, the value it has now is a lot, right? Bitfinex, I think, was another one. But so you've gained a lot of appreciation. However, if that Bitcoin is stolen by a centralized entity that you are trusting, or a third party, or another person that you are trusting with your funds, you have lost your money. Okay? You've lost your money. And even if you get some kind of money back, it's going to be 10 years later, 8 years later, right? So it's not going to matter. If I put $1,000 in Bitcoin 10 years ago, that $1,000 is worth millions, okay? And somebody's going to give me my $1,000 back 10 years later when it could have been millions. They made a lot of money off me. This is not okay. This is what we do not agree with. This is what we don't believe in. In crypto, the power of crypto is that you have the opportunity to be your own bank. You are the only one that controls all of your money. You yourself can possess your money, and nobody else can access it, which this is where the personal responsibility part comes in, okay? You have to be able to be mature enough to be able to take personal responsibility for the storage of your crypto, okay? So this is an adult conversation we're having now. There are several levels to this game. The first level is the first step. This is the first way you even get into the room, okay? You got to go to the door. You got to open the door. To open this door, what you have to do is you need to use a centralized exchange. You have to have an on-ramp and an off-ramp. You have to have one point of contact. However, I am always going to recommend to have multiple points of contact to where you can purchase crypto, and then you can take the crypto and custody it. So you yourself now are responsible for your crypto. What you do not want is you do not want to have your life savings. You don't want to have a large part of your investment held by a third party, okay? Because a third party can betray your trust. You will not betray your own best interest and your own trust. One of the things, this comes back to the personal responsibility, you can lose access to your crypto if you are custodying it yourself. But this is where we have to be adults here. You have to have a plan so that way you always have access to your funds. It is never recommended to keep all of your funds in one place. You always want to have your risk diversified. This is the same reason why you want to have your on-ramp your on-ramps and off-ramps, your centralized exchanges, you want to have a diversified assortment of on-ramps and off-ramps. Okay, so what are these on-ramp, off-ramps, these centralized exchanges? Okay, so some examples of these centralized exchanges are going to be Coinbase, MEXC. MEXC is one I use personally for a lot of the very interesting, harder to get crypto projects. Okay, Binance is another one. Gemini is another one. Another one's going to be Kraken. There are several centralized exchanges that are options. Crypto.com is another one. These are all centralized exchanges. These will be the ones that are attached to your bank account. These are going to be the ones that you purchase your crypto from. Okay, when you buy your first Bitcoin, first amount of Bitcoin, you're going to buy it from a centralized exchange. What you do not want to do is leave it on the exchange, because if you leave it on the exchange, let's say the price of Bitcoin goes from currently right now, I think it's at like $37,000. If it goes from $37,000 and then tomorrow it's $175,000 and you go to your centralized exchange to sell it, there's a very good chance that a lot of people are trying to sell it at the same time. And historically, what happens in those situations is centralized exchanges halt transactions, or they like basically stop your ability to sell, right? This is a volume problem. It's basically like a scaling issue. They have too much going on, and they're not able to process all the transactions within the time that they're trying to be filled, okay? So this is going to happen with all centralized exchanges. When we hit $175,000 per Bitcoin, and then your 1 cent crypto project is now worth $30 that you put a couple $100 in, and everybody's trying to sell, you're not going to be able to sell because you have your money in a centralized exchange. They're going to be down for maintenance. You just need to know this. If 2% of all the people in your local bank try to withdraw all of their money at the same time, the bank is going to close because they don't have enough cash to fulfill that. It's a similar issue with centralized exchanges. So for that reason, you're going to go to Coinbase.com. You're going to go to Kraken.com. You're going to go to Crypto.com. You're going to create your account. You're going to go through all the steps you have to do to create the account. Once you have created the account, this is kind of like where you buy it. Okay? From there, you need to then take that crypto and immediately, if you're not trading, right, send that to a place that you control it, somewhere that you possess it. So there's several different options for that, okay? I'm going to say the beginner option is going to be a software wallet. A software wallet is a wallet that is on the internet. It is software where you can transfer your crypto to, and you can store it and self-custody it. One of the good options that is going to be more beginner friendly for a hot wallet that is self-custody is going to be the Coinbase wallet that is outside of the Coinbase application. So you can store your funds on the Coinbase wallet, and the assumption, the trust there, is that it is a self-custody wallet and that only you can possess the ability to control that. That is outside of the centralized exchange. So first step, you make an account with a centralized exchange. Second step is you maybe do some research to see which software wallet fulfills your needs the best. Which software wallet is most trusted. And in this search, you need to do the research to make sure that you find the correct links, you find the correct resources, and you get to that correct wallet. On the Apple Store and on the Google Play Store, there are companies that create fake wallets, and then they promote and pay to put those wallets above the true wallets. The reason for that is that you're going to create a wallet, you're going to send your money to it, and then they're going to take your money, okay? It's a scam. Apple is bad for this. Google is bad for this. Whenever you go to Google and you search a crypto project, there's a good chance that you could find several fake projects that come above the recommendations of the true project. Okay? So I'm being candid with you. Once you have the software wallet and you understand how to create that and how to make that, then the next step to get your top tier, like you've been into crypto, this is like level 3, you're going to want a cold storage hardware wallet. What this is a mechanism. It's basically like a hardware that holds your private keys inside. So the keys to manage your crypto are inside of the hardware wallet or in the cold storage. There are a couple of other systems that are like NFC chip cards. So that would be like Arculus and Tangem. A couple of different ones that are options. Definitely do your research before you purchase one of these. Trezor is another one. Ledger is probably the most popular. But what you want to look for is a hardware wallet. Watch some people's reviews of them. Watch some setups with these hardware wallets. I personally also have a Keystone wallet, which I really like. But the Keystone and a Ledger. I have both Keystone and Ledger. I planned on getting a Trezor. And this is part of the diversification. This is that level 3 in crypto. No matter what, you have to have a centralized exchange. You do not want to keep your nest egg, your valuable investment, on the centralized exchange. You want to take it off. What happened with FTX? Okay, FTX collapsed. Billions of dollars vanished. BlackRock is about to purchase FTX and revamp it, okay? I have really good faith that they're going to manage it a lot better, right? But the thing there was that people were sending their money to what they thought was FTX. But actually, it was a company owned by Sam Bankman-Fried called Alameda Research. So you were sending your money and your crypto to FTX, you thought, but actually it was going to Alameda Research. They then were spending your money while you're looking at your FTX account, you can see your money. So this was a farce. Basically, they had a website that was showing you values of something that wasn't there. This can happen with centralized exchanges. For that reason, when you purchase, you want to send it off. Okay? Coinbase, I will say, is the one that I trust the most. Of the centralized exchanges, it seems to be the government's pick. It seems to be the deep state's pick. It seems to be the banker's choice, the Wall Street choice that is being endorsed by the system. So for that reason, I think it's going to be a safer option. However, there is nothing safe when you have to trust a third party. So stick around. In my next video, we're going to make a software wallet. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. Ask any questions in the chat. I'll answer them. If I don't answer them in the chat, I'll answer them on a video dedicated to you. Okay? Have an excellent day. Thank you guys for paying attention. Give a like, subscribe. Good luck on your journey.